I, 39 male, a frequently left out of holiday mornings by my partner, 40 female. What am I missing here? Monday was the return of the elf and advent calendars. There have been other memories I have been left out of. Easter, Valentine's Day. I guess things that I have memories of growing up. It's not that I'm not home, I worked shift work. No one would even try to wake me up. And no, it wasn't late. Like 8 a.m. I have brought this up before, and it felt brushed off like the girls were excited. They wanted to open and see what they got. I could never imagine either one of my parents allowing this growing up. It feels extremely disrespectful. So Monday, I was up before her. The girls were up and excited for the elf and advent calendars. I asked them to get ready, dressed for the day, and we would wait for their mom to get up. I went out for a smoke and went back inside about 15 minutes later. Coffee was brewing, everything was opened, and I just felt and still feel defeated and unimportant. Like I'm just here to pay bills and be told that I don't contribute enough. I'm so tired. I'm not perfect, but it isn't right. And be told that I don't contribute enough. Ding ding ding. You went out to smoke for 15 minutes. While your kids were waiting. WTF. You know you're leaving out a ton of context here, and so do we. You need to tell her what is important to you and ask her why she's leaving you out. Also maybe skip just one smoke break a day if it is right dead center of a tradition you want to be a part of. Judging by his post history, it seems he may be smoking something other than tobacco. No judgment, but to complain about not being involved and then to remove yourself to get high. Well, I would be angry too. If my partner gets up with the kids, I expect him to assist in breakfast making, clean up, and help prep the house for the day. Selfish choices you make. Set an alarm, assist in the planning and setting up for these special occasions, and if you want to wake and bake, do it without taking time from someone else. Good luck. You got up and then left the children for a smoke. That doesn't scream interested. Have you communicated any of this to your partner? Are you organizing, scheduling, or planning any of these special moments, or expecting your spouse to set all that up? Based on what you wrote, you're just expecting to waltz in and take part, but it seems like you haven't put any effort or initiative in yourself. My GF got kissed by a guy at a club/restaurant, and I don't know how to move forward. M/22, F/22. Okay, so this one's a long one, so let's go. My girlfriend, F22, and I, M22, have been dating for a few years now, and she has never been a club person, party person, nothing of the sort. Recently she has reconnected with a friend. This friend is also around our age, but her friend sleeps around a lot and drinks a lot, and I find her to be a bad influence on my GF. So my girlfriend has been going out a lot more. And well, I'm not someone who has a lot of money. My GF's friend, she gets her dinners paid by rich men. I'm talking 5-star $300 steaks meals. So my girlfriend has been going out with her to dinners, and she's gone to a few clubs now for the first time, strip clubs, and nothing is honestly wrong with going out, but this is new. Well, a few days ago she went out with her 2 GFs, one being the friend she reconnected with. The friend and the other person were making out with 2 random guys. My girlfriend told me she felt uncomfortable and awkward, and walked away to maybe find a table to make some new friends. She ended up sitting at this table with 2 guys. They talked for a while, she told me, and one of the guys leaned in, and my girlfriend said she froze up, and the guy kissed her, and my girlfriend said no, stood up, and walked away crying. The next day she told me. We talked a bit about it, but honestly I was just at a loss for words, so I didn't say much. I'm not really a fan of her going out to these clubs, and my fear was that something like this would happen, and it happened even if she wasn't the one to initiate it. I ended up asking her if she attempted to pull away at all, or why she didn't put her hand in front of his face, and if she saw this kiss coming from a mile away, or if it was super random to the point where she didn't see it coming. This got her furious, mad, to the point where she was saying I was giving a terrible response. She was a victim in this and was violated in this moment, and I'm asking if she tried to pull away. Before I brought the pull away question up, I did say I'm sorry that happened to you, and I appreciated she told me pretty much right away. But I felt I could ask more questions. So the script was somehow flipped on me, and she blew up at me, saying I'm being a robot by not understanding the situation, not supporting her during this time. What is the best way to move forward? If your girlfriend's friend is slowly turning her into a sex worker, this is probably something you're going to want to stay far away from. You can explain to her that rich guys don't buy $500 meals for 22-year-old women just to be nice, and that as long as she hangs in this world, she's going to be inching closer and closer to some pretty compromising positions. But if this is the life she's going to choose for herself, there may be no room for you in it. Well, yeah, dude, of course it got flipped on you. This is sadly a very common thing that happens to women, and you asked her if she tried to defend herself. You will never understand the fear women feel on a daily basis in scenarios like this. Sounds like a classic fight/flight/froze situation. She was alone and isn't used to clubs from what you described. Your girlfriend needs to seriously look at what she is getting from the friendship she has with this new friend. Or you should suggest coming out with her to these clubs so she feels more safe. It's not so much if the kiss. She got up and walked away. It's not the clubs either, to an extent. However, if she's hanging with someone who has no issue hooking up with randos and doesn't mind using guys for free meals and she tags along with them, that's the real issue. Why are you mad that some fuck assaulted her skull? It takes a while for your brain to compute these scenarios. Fight or flight is a real thing. Her friends are a problem. They are either sugar babies or close to it. Guys will tie her to her friends and think she is the same and continue to hit on her. When men are paying hundreds in drinks and food for a girl, they wanting something in return. One of the most embarrassing moments of my life. 2.5-year relationship, M 24 and F 23. I am 24, have been dating my girlfriend for 2.5 years, F 23. For starters, my girlfriend has had issues about controlling her emotions and jealousy the entire relationship. I have always tried to do my best to comfort and communicate. I have never done anything that would betray her trust in me. Some quick examples that have been a consistent issue have been her being very clear that I cannot have any communication with any other woman coworkers, social media, friends, and any other way. She also has a problem of every now and then getting mad about my past relationships and digging up the past. She would get pretty upset and mad at me in private and say some nasty things about me or other people I have known. But recently she's been acting out in public. She had an outburst at the bar when my friends and I went out for my birthday and started crying because a woman asked me if she could get to the bar to get a drink, and so I moved out the way. Then the next day my friends threw a surprise party for me, and that night she went off on my friend for bringing up a co-worker I used to work with that was a female, which I had to apologize for her behavior. But this part is that I can't get over and has put me in a hole. On Thanksgiving we went to my family's house, and she wanted me to attend her Thanksgiving after. So she left my house early, and later I left to go to hers. I arrived and her entire family is there, and I don't see them that much, so I like to stay respectful and polite. I sit for about 20 minutes when her cousin, which is a female the same age as me, gets up to leave and hugs everyone goodbye, including me. For extra information, I was getting over a cold at the time and still had a runny nose. After the hug, I wiped my nose, and that's when my girlfriend flipped. She took the action of me scratching my nose as a sign of affection for her cousin. She comes up to my whispers, "I saw that, you fucking asshole." And right after that her grandmother walks up and asks what is wrong because she noticed my girlfriend getting mad. My girlfriend then says, "You want to know what's going on?" As everyone goes quiet and looks over at us. She then yells, "He fucking finds cousin's name attractive." And I stood there in shock as I try and explain that it's not true. She then goes on to yell at her entire family that I am an asshole, douchebag, cheater, etc. This goes on about an hour of my trying to defend myself and her accusing me of cheating. I realized that I should probably leave, and so I got up and left. I haven't talked to her since, and she's tried to text me and apologize. But is it worth to be with someone who's willing to publicly trash on you and embarrass you? Or be single? I just want to hear opinions about this. I'm taking a break from her until I can figure out how I feel. Update 1. Thank you all for your responses. I'd have to be pretty stupid to not listen to all the people that have commented. Some of you mentioned I should get help for the fact that I stayed. And for that I have to say, I've honestly been scared to leave at some points because of threats she's made. She has said in the past that she would slash my tires and threaten my career because her dad works in a similar career as mine, and he is a very influential person, and she said that she would make sure I'd never get hired somewhere. But back to the story, I plan on breaking up because that story isn't even half of the things she's done in the past. And also someone did guess right that she has dropped everything in her life to be with me and is very codependent. Other than that, I will update when something happens. I have a feeling that things will get messy. Thanks again. No. Leave, man. This is absolutely wild behavior. Be single, get away from abuse. You've already had too many times of this. You have to realize that wouldn't have happened to you in front of her family had you dumped her after your birthday. Remember my words next time it's happening and you're embarrassed. This wouldn't be happening right now if I had dumped her at Thanksgiving. Run. As fast as you can. You've lived with this for 2.5 years. Bro, show yourself some respect. The longer you stay with her, the longer she will think any of this behavior is okay. People treat us how we let them. Don't let anyone treat you that way. LMAO damn dude. Me 23F and my boyfriend 26M have different political views, and I'm not sure how to navigate it. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 2 years. We have had some recent disagreements regarding politics. I am English and moved to the US 4 years ago, and comparatively England is much more liberal. So naturally I'm a liberal in the US. He has always stated that as his middle, a true middle, he has no home in either side. And I inherently find that a bit annoying or bothered, because I feel like he doesn't have any strong beliefs or any opinions on what is happening with the world. I can't vote in the US OBV, so I'm not a Democratic by definition. But no matter what, I will always have my strong beliefs that can't be wavered and will be things I will speak on till the day I die. He says he's middle, but every now and then he will drop a red pill comment about immigration or about women or about how other countries don't have what we have. The worst was we got into a long, heated argument/discussion about abortion, and I found out he thinks that is killing babies/it's murder, etc., etc. We have been together for 2 years, and I never knew this. I said begrudgingly, "That's fine, I respect your views, I just hope you would never vote against women's bodies or women's rights me." And he said, "I can't ever say I won't. What if they also have other good policies, blah blah blah." I know I seem dramatic, and it's not a big deal, but I've never had to bite my tongue so much, and I feel like I'm almost betraying myself and my core values by maybe marrying a guy who stands against fundamental things I find to be so important. We can't have discussions now because he says I'm not understanding and listening to his POV, but it's something I inherently don't understand. I can see the other side, and then logically break it down in my head, and then think, how do people believe this rubbish? It's off-putting to see him, and I see him through a different light every time a new thing is revealed. He says he doesn't feel strongly, but then will randomly have a strong POV on something. It's so odd. Anyway, he says it isn't a problem for him, and he can manage perfectly fine, and that I'm the one who is the problem here, which I get. I just don't understand what to do on this. At the end of the day, he is a Trump supporter who toned it down so you wouldn't be repulsed by him. You have incompatible values. It's that simple. So, he hates immigrants and women getting to say what they do with their own bodies? Thank God you're not an immigrant or a woman. Wait, is it actually middle? Or is he actually right, but trying to appear too neutral to increase his dateability? Anyways, seems like a red flag. You can be in the middle and have opinions on all topics. His avoidance of discussing them while dropping what seem to be some conservative talking points seems dubious and deceptive. Oh, I don't date men who don't believe I'm a human deserving of rights. But you know you do you. /S. Seriously. You are betraying yourself by staying with him. He doesn't think immigrants, you're an immigrant, deserve rights. He doesn't think you deserve bodily autonomy. Yes, you are the one with the problem. You can get rid of it by leaving him. Don't be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that you're real people in quite the same way that he's real people. That's the truth. It's not just politics. You don't seem dramatic. You sound beaten down emotionally and like you're starting to minimize yourself and your thoughts and needs to make him comfortable. I hate that for you. You should hate that for you. From the bottom of my heart, if you were my sister, I'd be trying to buy you a plane ticket home. Almost every dude who says they are middle are MAGA trying to hide. Doubly so if he can't eloquently explain why he's middle and what those views comprise. He's MAGA.